Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday and it's the 19th. Can you believe it's the 19th of November already? Can't quite believe that. Next Friday is Black Friday. And it's just before then, we'll be into December. Scary, isn't it? So I'm Karen Curitin, Chief Socialite, social media trainer, coach, mentor, and occasional social media manager. So people haven't got the time, energy, or inclination how to use their social media. They bring in yours truly to run it for them. So just a quick drink of water before we get started. So how has your week been? Mine's been the usual mishmash. Good morning, Claire. Yes, nice. It's just scary, isn't it? I actually said to somebody, can we meet next month? And I realised it was December. So my week's been the usual mishmash of seeing clients. I had a really lovely lunch in Nottingham at a place called MEMSARB. Highly recommend it, with the Institute of Directors, which was rather lovely. Good morning, Janet. Nice to see you as one of my new regulars. Excuse me. So today I thought I was actually on my mastermind group on Wednesday, which I really love. It's with the fabulous business coach Vicky Stanton, and I've been working with Vicky for a little while now. And the mastermind groups are all about spending a day working on your business rather than in it, because very rarely do we get that chance to take a step back. It was really useful. And one of the other ladies said to me, why don't you do a live about your favorite things that you use in your business? And I thought, what a great topic. So let's make that today's topic. Excuse me. So some of these will be time-saving hacks. These are just websites, platforms that I particularly like and find really useful. So depending on your platform of choice, the first thing I would say is you need to find a scheduler that you like, that works for you. There are some phenomenally good ones. Buffer, Sprout Social, many, many more. The industry leader, Hootsuite, which has been around forever, but there are free ones as well. In fact, recently I have been working with some law firms, and the one that I've been suggesting them that's completely free of charge is called Later. And it's really easy to use, and you can have a limited amount of free stuff in there, but it works well. And I used it for a client's Instagram account a couple of years ago before my scheduler used Instagram. So first advice is have a really good scheduler. Now, which scheduler do I use? I hear you ask. So I use a bit of a blended approach. I use Postcron, and I have used Postcron for, 3.5 years. I like Postcron for the simple reason, if I have evergreen content, so content that's got no sell-by date. And this is a really big tip for you, everybody. If you have stuff that you're going to say regularly, find a schedule that you can repurpose your content easily, because it makes your life so much easier. So I use Postcron for that reason, and that's about £9 a month. But I think they did a deal where you could upgrade to an annual membership and save quite a lot of money. And I've noticed a lot of places doing that at the minute. In fact, a few of my clients that are paying monthly as part of the online program, I'm offering them, if they want to upgrade and pay a year, they will save a substantial amount of money. So scheduler, definitely get the right scheduler. Also, I use Canva a lot, and I've got to say, I've played with the app on Canva, and there are some fantastic apps on Canva, which are brilliant, but I don't like designing Canva. If I've already got the designs in there, it's easy to take them from Canva and drop them into the schedule, and that's in the paid version of Canva. But I've got to say, quite a lot of people are booking free chemistry calls with me at the minute, and the free version gives you so much. So unless you want to use it for scheduling, I think Canva is great as your preferred design tool. But there are some great things out there. So I use something called Small PDF, which can convert a document from PDF back to a Word document. Or I had one the other day that came to me as PowerPoint, and I was able to convert that to a PDF and then into a Word. So something like that can be a really handy tool. And then think about what you're going to do to track and measure your leads. Now, in the past, I've invested in CRM systems. So that's customer relationship management systems. If you've got a lot of customers and you're trying to juggle a lot of balls and a lot of proposals, then a CRM system is absolutely a must-have. However, I'm not a multinational conglomerate. There's only me to answer to. So what I do is I use the features in Outlook. So when I create a proposal, excuse me, when I create a proposal for a client, I instantly tag it for a follow-up. Just really simple stuff. Now, there are multiple things in Microsoft Office that you can use. So give some thought to that. If you are going to be creating quotations for clients, then how are you going to track them? How are you going to, do you create a task? So I'll also do that. I will create a task to do a follow-up call to contact somebody. And if you're not using Microsoft, then you need to think about what you are going to use to create that. And make sure you've got a professional email signature. Now, you can do that in a lot of email forms, but if anybody's had an email from me, they will know that it's slightly different. And that's because I use a free tool. Good morning, Alona. Nice to see you. I use a really lovely tool called Signature Hound. A strange name, I know it is, but it's completely free of charge. So if you want to create a professional looking email signature, oh, thank you. Yes, so Neil, great point. I've used my favorite personally that I've used in the past is Capsule, and you can use that for multiple users. I would recommend it. I've used lots in my corporate world, and some of my corporate clients, we still use that. But CRM systems are very subjective. I think they're only as good as the information that you put in. So then email signatures, make sure it looks the part, it looks professional. Excuse me, still can't shift this cough out, everybody. So Signature Hound is fantastic for creating great email signatures that really look the part. You can have a photograph in, which in today's world, when we're not meeting people, I mean, I met some people on Tuesday at this Institute of Directors event that I'd only ever seen on LinkedIn. But I was able to walk up to them because fortunately I physically knew that they looked very like the LinkedIn profile photograph. Neil and I have worked together and I know that he looks like his photograph, and that's a really big thing. So how else can we make our social media life easier? Well, my big tip is all about planning. Be disciplined about your social media activity, because if not, you can be like I was in the very early days. I've been working full time in my business for 10 years now. In those very early days, I was a busy fool. I was easily distracted. I would lose hours on Twitter. So how do I manage my working week? And I thought it might be helpful for me to share this with you. So first thing on a Monday, usually, or last thing on a Friday, I sit and I plan around 10 days worth of my social media posts. I also, yes, it does, Alona. I think you just copy and paste it in. Have a look at it. It's brilliant. Really good. I can't believe it's free. Sorry, the cough's not good today. So last thing on a Friday, before you finish for the week, first thing on a Monday, before the craziness of your working week starts, consider planning around 10 days worth of social media content. So at that point, I would look at the awareness days. What awareness days are coming in? I actually plan those ahead for the month. So on the start of the month, I look at what days are coming up. National Engineering Day, my personal favorite, Left-Handers Day, Black Friday, a week today. And I look at those at the start of the month. So that's a bigger picture. I look at those at the start of the month. In fact, let's do that. Let's start as a month and then funnel it down. So at the start of the month, look at the awareness days. Awareness day calendars, pretty much you can get online, free of charge. Just usually have to subscribe to a newsletter. I think Meltwater are doing one at the moment. Have a look at that, Meltwater. I had a look at theirs yesterday for next year. Have a look at the awareness days. That's the first job at the start of the month. First Monday of the month, set yourself a recurring reminder. So I just set recurring reminders. I also, at the start of the month, look at what my target is for what I want the business to accomplish. How many people do I want to connect with? What conversion rate do I want to achieve for my social media? What about my prospects, who I've been doing quotes for? Do I need to follow them up? So I'll set, and I'll map that out then. Funny enough, a hard copy planner that my lovely business coach gave me, and it's fantastic. So I then map those activities into the planner day by day. So start of the month. Also at the start of the month, I run my social media reports because I want to see what has happened in the last month. Has there been any particular peaks or troughs? If so, why? What content has performed best? What has done really, really well? And I think, oh, I need to create something in that style. The other day I did one which was a little bit of an intro one because I've got quite a lot of new followers and connections. So I did that and put 3 fun facts about 3 things you need to know about me. Morning, Anne, nice to see you. So I put 3 fun things you need to know about me. 1, I love social media. 2, I love gin. And 3, I worked with the late Cilla Black in an advert. There you go. If you haven't seen it, that's 3 things that maybe you probably knew the first thing, I would guess, but nobody knows the other 2. And I thought, do you know what it is? Quite fun once a month to do something like that if you're growing your audience. So run your social media reports the first Monday of the month or the last Friday of the month. But again, set yourself a recurring reminder. And that works well. And this is how I've done it for years. Then on a weekly basis, first day of the month, Monday morning, first thing, excuse me, I'm at my desk and I plan content for around 10 days ahead. And I also plan my clients' content that I'm managing their accounts. Because what that means is by planning for 10 days rather than just a week, it means that if you get the dreaded COVID like I had last month, nothing grinds to a halt. If you have a family member or one of your kids gets ill and you're somewhat distracted, you are not losing your profile, your brand positioning on your social media platforms. And that's really important. I had a perfect example yesterday, fully enough, on my Instagram account. I put a post out there. It wasn't massively different to one that I'd done before, which hadn't got engagement, really interestingly. Hadn't got engagement. But then I got an email through to my other email address, my hello@Curitin Consulting email address, saying, I'm really interested in your New Year club. Can you send me some information? I'd like to join it. Just like that. Got a conversion from Instagram. So first thing on a Monday, plan content for 10 days. Then it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. It means if you start the following Monday and you're really tired and you think, oh gosh, this is just not in the mood today, or you've got something more urgent, more important. But I would say to you is your social media is essential marketing for your business. So you need to be doing that. So what else do I use? Well, I use a little app on my phone called Todoist, which I really like. That's a great platform, and you can create reminders and tasks in there. And if I'm sitting on the weekend, I've switched off, because I switch off on a Saturday night, and very rarely do I go back in my office until a Monday. I think that's really important. If I think of something over the weekend, I just chuck it into Todoist, and Todoist will send me an email reminder, excuse me, when that task is due. Really handy little tool. But there are so many tools, and that's what I would say is don't get lost in them. Don't try and have too many. I see it as my job to try all of these out, and I've tried lots. Particular favorite, if I've got a blog to write, something along those, a longer piece of writing, And I just think I can't face writing that. I use an app called Temi, Temi. So what is Temi? Well, I talk to my phone. We all do that, don't we? It records it and then it just transcribes it into a Word document that you can then download. Really, really cost effective. I think it's something like 30 cents a minute. Yes, it is American. It's 30 cents a minute, but when I'm writing a longer piece of work and I procrastinate the heck out of it because I don't want to do it because it's going to take too long and I'm not that fast at typing or not accurate, I use Temi. Temi's a great tool and I particularly like that one. That's one of my top time savers. And the other thing I would say is if you want a real time, yes, you did. We all need Temi in our life. It's fab, Tilly. I absolutely love it. And a really cool one, and I'll put the link into my platforms that I've been using for talking about content, is I use something called Jarvis. Now, if you haven't heard of Jarvis, Jarvis is an artificial intelligence creator tool. I know, crazy, but I pay about £20 a month for Jarvis. It writes my blogs. So I drop in what I want the blog to be about, put in some key facts and create it. You can also use Jarvis. Yes, it does, but I've found Microsoft Word's not as reliable, Neil. Temi's really good. So have a play. I have used Microsoft Word and it will do it free of charge. But Jarvis is fab. So one of the things that I love about Jarvis is if I want to create a little bit more of a provocative social media post, you can click into Jarvis and you can either use the PASS framework or the AIDA framework. So it might be the PASS framework, which is problem, agitate, solution. So it could be, I don't know, if you were a hypnotherapist going to be running a January weight loss program, it could be, are you feeling really uncomfortable in your clothes? Have you felt as though lockdowns, you've really piled on the pounds and you're struggling to have the motivation to lose the weight? Join me in January for my 6-week course, something like that. And you put it into Jarvis and in about 30 seconds, boom, pops up about 3 different social media posts and you can play around them. Now, it isn't foolproof because it is artificial intelligence, clues in the name. However, time saver and taking you out of yourself and getting to think more, and you can choose the tone of voice and everything. So what I'm going to do, just so you can see what Jarvis looks like, is I will do a live demo at lunchtime today, so you can see what it looks like. And Emily wants to get, I've got like an affiliate link because I've used it for a while to get some credit, then just let me know because I absolutely love it. And £20 a month, really good value to create some different content, because sometimes we sit there and go, I know what I want to talk about, I don't quite know how to frame it. It's really helpful for that. So it's good for website content, blog posts, articles, even case studies. There's loads of stuff you can chuck in there. So I will do a little bit of a demo later today and probably just record it and drop it into my platforms. But excuse me, it'll probably be, I'm just thinking what time I've got. It'll probably be just before 12 today. I'll try and do it. Morning, Emma. Nice to see you. Emma's just opened her second shop. She's got a chain of ladies' boutiques. I'm so proud of you, Emma. So thrilled. So thinking about the things that you can use to make your social media life easier, as tempting as it is, I ran an Instagram course for a lady that has a network marketing business the other day. Well, it was the other night, actually. It was Wednesday night. And I did a show of hands. Who uses their social media on their phone? I don't. Who does their posting on their phone? Probably 80% of the people in the room, hands up. And that's my big advice, is try and avoid doing it on your mobile devices, because the chances of you writing you are is a pet peeve of mine, and I see it a lot at the minute because people are busy, and I understand that. But why not, if you're on your phone and you're away from the office, chuck something into your notes, record it in your voice recorder as social media ideas, and then play it back to yourself when you get into the idea. I love using voice recorder. If I'm stuck in traffic, I'll use that to get some ideas out there. So, summary of today's top time-saving hacks. Think about, if you have got multiple people in your business, a good CRM system. Find a really reliable scheduler that works for you. Think about how many people are going to be using that, because if there's going to be multiple people using it, something like Content Cal is a really good one. I've used that. Agora Pulse is one that a lot of social media managers use. So the more money you pay for these things, the more functionality there is and the more people you can add. My favorite for collaboration is one called Planable that I actually use with a client. So I put the content in there and the client then approves it. And what's great is the client's got the app, so they get a notification to say I've sent something for approval, and they just tick, 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 tick. Brilliant. So a really great scheduler, absolutely essential. Do you need a CRM system? If there's just you and you haven't got lots and lots and lots of proposals and you're struggling to track them, then get a CRM system. The one that I really liked is called Capsule, but there is another one that does do it's very cost effective. Let me see if I can find what it's called, because a client of mine, the lovely Dave Freeman, told me a bit about this one, and he absolutely loved it. And I'm just going to have a look and see if I can find it, because he raved about it. And it's something like the Really Good CRM system, but it's not called that. I'm just going down to the bottom of my favorites to see if we can find it. It's not coming up. So the other one I would suggest is, if you're doing collaboration, Trello is great. That's a brilliant one to look at. Definitely worth having a go with that one and making sure you've got that. I'd urge you, there we go. It's called the Less Annoying CRM System. There we go, I found it. Less Annoying CRM System. Neil, if you're still with us, have a look at that. How are you planning? Once a month, run your reports, look at what's worked, hasn't worked. Once a week, plan 10 days or so ahead. So I hope you found this useful. If you are on my mailing list, I'm going to apologize, because from Monday there will be 5 days of Black Friday offers. Yes, I've decided to do it. I did it in October and it was a mistake. Hands up, due diligence, because I ran it when a lot of people were on holiday for half term. So I thought, what the heck, let's do it again. So the Black Friday offers will start Monday to Friday next week. Just ignore them. If it's not for you, don't even click on them and bother them. But there's going to be offers on my hard copy social media planner, one-to-one training, joining my fabulous year-long program. And what else is there going to be? Social media planning. So there's going to be 5 days of offers coming in. So if you're on my mailing list, make sure that if you're not interested, you just don't open them. It'll just annoy you. They're coming every day. If you are on my mailing list and you're looking to invest in yourself, let me tell you, this is now the time, because I don't do offers like this throughout the year. They are once a year, or in this case, October and November. So as ever, thank you everybody that's joined me live today. If you're watching on replay, I hope you found the tips useful. Please pop replay in the comments. And I will wish you all a fabulous Friday and a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Claire. And I will see you all, next Friday. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.